Hey, yo, GMS fam, the green room, what's going on, everybody? I see y'all in the chat, man. Shout out King, Lukey, Jan, Win, Justin Furlow. I'm saving your name for last because I want to know how to say this, man. How do you say this name right here, man? Let me know if I'm saying it right. I'm gonna try. I'm gonna try. All right, give me 1 second. Tim Callis, Mississippi. Is that how you say it? Tim Callis, Mississippi. I hope I'm saying that right. Is that because you reside from Cali and moved to Mississippi? So you call yourself Tim Callis, Mississippi? Callis, Mississippi. The way that shit is spelled, please try to say that shit 5-6 times fast without getting your tongue tied. No diddler. All in the soil, I'll see you, man. What's going on? Hot One is in the building. Grits and Gravy is in the building. Shout out to y'all, man. I see y'all, GMS fan, pulling up. Please hit that like button on the way in. Heroic Dose, I see you. Hey, if you are tuning in, man, make sure you tap into that live chat. Hit that like on the way in, man. We trying to figure out what this nigga's name is. Hey, man, what's going on, man? Yes, rest in peace to Quincy Jones, man. If you were living under a rock yesterday, you didn't know. Quincy Jones, man, legendary music producer and a person that has brought so much joy to people's households over the years, just with his genius and putting different talented individuals together and making sure that the most beautifulest sounds come out of your speakers, man. Shout out to Quincy Jones, man. Rest in peace. He lived a very long and fruitful life. You know, I know a lot of people when he passed were sharing excerpts from that interview he had, and I understand. I get it. It's hilarious. But at the same time, please understand that that man is a legend, and he will always be respected as such, no matter what. Rest in peace, Quincy Jones. Also, man, y'all know what today is, man. How many of y'all, by a show of 1s and 2s, did you vote today, man? Put a 1 in the chat if you voted. Put a 2 in the chat if you did not. I need to see who is out here making the moves they need to make. Jan Wynn said, man, in the comments of the Cam video, I told Ninja's Code was going to start liking subliminals at Cam, or licking, is you saying licking? At Cam, since Cam was holding Code accountable on shit. Show enough on last 5150 episode. Cole done already liked bliminals. Oh, okay. There we go. I had to read that a different way. What up, Infinite Number? I see you, brother. What's going on, man? Appreciate you for popping up. My guy JR Miller's in the building as well. Show of numbers, man. Show of numbers. We say grits and gravy. I see you said 2. Oh my God, Jan Wynn said 2. 1. Heroic Dose said no. 2. Not yet. Will in an hour. Okay. All right. Hot One is out here. Cy Jones said Corey is backdooria. He wants to get in with Lee Daniels and he gets fries from Wayne Monroe. Oh, Lee. My man's coming in here hot. No diddler. 2. I see a lot of 2s, man. If y'all can, before we really get this show cracking today, can y'all give me some reasonings behind why y'all are not voting today? For those that say y'all not voting, man, let me know. I know some of y'all say y'all haven't voted yet. Y'all going to vote today, so I see that. But if you are saying 2 as in you haven't voted and you're not going to vote, let me know why, man. Infinite Number says 2. If I did vote, it have been for Harris, not supporting a moronic white supremacist like Trump. This is another thing that I want to put out here because I think this is another reason why it's really important for people to understand certain things. Like, you know, I wasn't gonna vote myself. You know, I really wasn't. I wasn't trying to, you know, fall into the same old patterns of trying to, you know, fighting just to make sure somebody else didn't get in. But it's more, you know, to that than what we believe in certain instances. I feel like this person, Trump, you know, I'll be on here, you know, clowning and doing impressions and shit like that, but that dude is probably one of the most divisive presidents that we've ever had, or past presidents that we've ever had in our life. And just to, you know, be somebody that pays attention to social media and how certain people go about their day. You can tell, like, in real life, these people go around really feeling this way and taking talking points from the internet. You know what I'm saying? Like, they take the talking points from the internet and they spew it out without knowing what they like. They got wars going on right now on these different shows. I don't know if y'all seen it, but there's a show right now, this like YouTube show where these people are debating one another. It's got a crowd of Democrats and a crowd of Republicans on each side, and they race to a table to try to debate each other. And I'm like, what? The way that you see that, a lot of people really don't know what they're doing or talking about. That's another reason. Like, if I don't know what I'm talking about, if I don't know what I'm doing, I'm not gonna go out my way to try and make myself look like an ass, like a lot of these people be doing. A lot of these people be talking and they think they know what they're talking about because they seen it on Twitter. What's even more worse is you got somebody that is like a huge billionaire who is endorsing the buffoonery. He's endorsing all of this and using his platform that he just bought to do so, enticing people with millions of dollars to try to get them to vote or to try to get them to register or whatever the case may be, so that those people can endorse the person that he wants in the office. And what's even worse is I truly believe this has all been a condition to try to get people to believe that no matter what, they're going to try to feel like if Trump loses, they're going to say that it was fraud. They're going to say that it was stolen because of the rhetoric that has already been out there. When you have a cult fan base, and that's the thing too, for those that are trying to vote for Trump for whatever, policies you feel like he's going to be able to, fulfill during his term. And you're not so focused on being a part of the MAGA clan, and you're not so focused on the dumb shit that be going on at his rallies, or people that just in everyday life are moving with that type of mentality. Please know that when you do endorse that and you do support that, you're supporting all of it. You can't just pick and choose what to support when it comes to that side or when it goes to the other side. You don't have that choice. Like, if I'm going to a basketball game and I'm trying to go support the Timberwolves, but I don't really mess with Cat. I don't really mess, he's gone now, but let's just say last season, I don't mess with Cat. I don't mess with Ant. I don't mess with, a couple players on the team, but I'm just going to go. No, you're there supporting the squad. They're all there together to win. Regardless if you like them, how they play, their play style, whatever the case may be, you're there to support it all. Regardless if you like that person or not, you're there because you're supporting that. You bought the ticket. So when you're over there saying, well, he's putting money in our pockets, or he's doing this and that, think about the other things that this man is saying. The one of the biggest things to me was giving police officers immunity. And it's crazy because we keep seeing instances of incoherent police officers making harsh decisions or rash decisions while on the line of duty, and then people trying to mask it behind, oh, well, these guys are just, they work a dangerous job. And bitch, nobody told them to sign up to be a fucking police officer. Nobody asked them to do that. Nobody told them. Nobody made them do that. You choose to do something, the least you can do is to try to be well versed on what it is that you're doing, or actually try to build some type of rapport with the place that you're policing. That shit still doesn't happen to this day. These police, a lot of police officers don't go out here to the communities that they police and talk to the people out there. They don't talk to these residents. They lump them all in together. They put them all in together because they don't take the time out to actually try to understand even a fraction of what be going on over in those areas. And you have people that be sitting there trying to just blindly back the blue. But the funny part is, it's not even just about race when it comes to the police. Watch one of these people have something happen to them. They are Republican. They got a black, white, and blue flag sticker on the back. Trump 2024 flag flying from they shit, and a police officer do something crazy to them. What you think they gonna do? They can't turn to Trump and be like, Trump, what happened? Why didn't the police treat me with respect? I got to back the blue flag. Police don't give a fuck about you, man. It's a power trip for everybody. Please believe me when I tell you, Also, I see the rhetoric changing, and it's really kind of it's kind of terrifying. I see they had Mark Cuban on the screen talking about there's no intelligent or whatever type of women that follow Trump or support Trump. And they came out like in droves talking about, oh, he said that we're not intelligent, we're not this and we're not that. How could you spew this type of rhetoric? I'm like, do y'all hear what this nigga Trump be saying every time he step on a podium? And y'all support that? And it's consciously. I don't want y'all to think that these people are stupid enough to not see how things are going. It's a conscious decision to be willfully ignorant when you choose to do certain things. And then you call certain things out that could easily be put in the spotlight for the person that you're supporting. And then yet you will sit there and try to come up with whatever excuse you can because you're already too deep on that side. That's why I don't try to pick sides, because I'm telling you, man. But I went out there and I voted. I did. And a lot of y'all that's been following me for a long time, y'all know how I feel about certain things when it comes to politics. But if there's one thing I don't want, in this entire thing, is for 4 years of MAGA bullshit. Now, that's just me. You do what you want to do. I'm not here to judge you on how you move. Just know that that's where I stand when it comes to that. If an Umber said, the thing is, Trump ain't offering us a damn thing we're supporting him for. He didn't promise us ish and hasn't outlined his policies. You are absolutely right. Shout out to Sean Mims for the 10 in the super chat, man. I appreciate you for supporting the GMS show in a big way, man. Sending the $9.99. Also, if you want to support the GMS show in a big way, you get the Cash App that is scrolling at the bottom of your screen. Appreciate you, man. He said, sorry, GMS tried. He said, tired of Dems bringing 304 to speak at rallies like we dumb. Did you see Cardi trash speech? Cops all already have immunity. Yeah, it's a different type of immunity. Like it's an actual immunity where, like, no matter what they do, like the type of immunity where Derek Chauvin wouldn't be in prison right now. They ain't got immunity like that. The type of immunity that he's talking about is the type of immunity that would have never put Derek Chauvin in the position he's in today. That's what I mean. Also, I keep seeing people bring that part up about Kamala Harris and her being a hoe. If that was the case, niggas wouldn't be supporting Trump, because this nigga was talking about how he was in hotel rooms in Vegas pissing on bitches. But niggas think that shit is cool. We know Trump is a well-known whore. We know that. But niggas don't care about that. They talking about how Kamala was doing X, Y, and Z. So what? Let Kamala get some back shots. At least she got more experience in this than Trump does when it comes to politics and when it comes to being a part of any type of government entity. Sorry. Let's keep it real for just a little bit. Just a little bit. All right. Roberto says Trump ain't divisive. The people are divisive. Black people don't even know don't know much about politics. What's going on in politics is above black people's pay grade. To say that Trump isn't divisive when you can literally talk about the things he's done that's divisive, I mean, I don't know how there's an argument there. Two things can be true. Trump can be divisive, and also there could be a demographic of black people that don't know much about politics. Two things can be true. Let's see. Heroic Doe says, how many women have died already from the abortion bans? A lot of people lack empathy to understand the hardships of others until it directly affects them. You are absolutely right. You're absolutely right. Same thing. He said, my guy brought up Bill Clinton. He said Bill Clinton got head in the Oval Office. Bill Clinton was using his saxophone for more than just an instrument. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know. Let's see. A hot one said, ouch, GMS, you for the murder of them unborns. I don't know. I'm not up for anything. We're not. Nobody's saying, hey, go out here and murder unborns, nigga. It's like I think it's common sense by now what people do, have abortions for, and the simple fact that people should just have the ability to do what they want. See, the thing about it is that rhetoric has been spewed around so much that people actually believe that they have a moral high ground on abortions, but will go around and say, you can't tell me what I can drink and what I can smoke and what I can do and all that other shit that'll kill you. That's the one thing that I heard over the years. When people drink themselves to death or they fucking do drugs to the point that they overdose, People like, don't tell me what to do with my body. If I wanna die off of this, if I wanna do that, I can do that. Let people do what they want to do. Let people do what they want to do. That's the whole point. I'm not saying whether or not I want somebody to do that or not. It's not up to me. That's the whole point. It's not up to me. My opinion don't matter about what so-and-so does with their body. It's not up to me. Just like when people get so fixated on the LGBTQ community, but act like or try to say that they not with it. You pay attention to it so much, you might as well start doing the research, motherfucker. You got so much of an opinion about it. And that's not me coming at you, Hot One. You my guy. But I'm just saying in general. You feel what I'm saying? Like, we can't tell people what to do. Our opinion don't matter. I saw a video of Charleston White going back and forth with this girl about him not liking gay people. And it's like, the overall point of it is, why does anybody care about what he thinks about it? If you're gonna go ahead and live your life, live your life. Don't worry about the opinions of people that ain't about what. And that goes back to how we approach situations with racist white people. It all is it's a circulation of things. You already know this nigga racist. Why the fuck is you giving that shit attention? Why are you over there talking to this guy? Why are you over there giving this man energy? Because that's another thing that they want. If you already know how people are, let them do what they do. You can fight against that shit. I encourage that. But also, what you give your energy to is important. Now, that's on the real life basis. Let's get to the show part of this. I see a lot of the comments. I see a lot of y'all going in. Y'all, hey, I appreciate all the dialogue. Keep it going. Shout out to Sean Mims again for the $4.99. He said not voting for the fake. Oh, good gosh. Holy moly. Hey, ain't that the truth? Ain't that the truth? Heroic Dose said your tax money is going to way worse BS you should be worried about. That is a fact. That is a fact. Sean Mims with the 10 again. I appreciate for the $9.99. He said women took that shot. Hey man, you gotta do what you gotta do. I'm neither here or for, because my opinion don't matter on it. I'm not the deciding factor on what it's like to make that decision. Now, speaking of things that pertain to couples, it's a weird segue to go from abortions to couples, but I did want to share some of this that I saw from last week during the 5150 show. Corey has some things to say when it had to pertain to marriage. Now, we all know that he is dealing with a divorce. I don't know if it was finalized or whatnot, but we all know about his dealings and his troubles when it came to the divorce with him and his ex-wife, and how he pretty much feels about relationships in general. Now, I am going to play part of this. Fair use, by the way. This is for educational purposes because there is some sort of message being told on here. Let's listen to part of this, what Corey had to say regarding marriage. Y'all listen up, man. By the way, man, make sure y'all hit the like button on the way in. I see y'all filing in. I see y'all pulling up. Zen Masters in the building. Slide Jones, Calm Storm. I see y'all. I see the comments. I see what y'all saying. I got y'all. Zeb Fly, I see you. Shout out to y'all, man. Hey, dialogue is dialogue. We need all the dialogue. All right. Let's see. All right, let's get to this, man. Let's talk about this, and I want to see y'all opinions on how he feels. The main thing I want to see is if y'all feel that he's right about it, or do you feel like his opinion is his opinion due to his current situation? Let's see.
Somebody said 62%, 85%, 69%. I just would imagine it's over 50%. You're not finna tell me half these people make it, because I know they don't make it.
Well, it depends on what people consider making it too. Just because they're still together, does that make it a success?
Well, let me say
Right.
this.
Right.
Let me say this. Chances are you are not wise enough to pick a woman that will marry you, honor you, and y'all be together in the United States of America. Divorce is trendy. So I'm saying, you, a man who got your wife that you love
Yeah.
at home, where she belong, washing dishes with no shoes on.
There we go. Here we go.
You telling me you are supposed to not have something set up in case your wife leave, where you start over from scratch when you get divorced? Are you serious? Who does that? I don't know many people who ain't got something set up. Hold on, can y'all stop it right there? In 2022, hold on, what they say? In 2022, a total of 673,000 divorces, annulments occurred across the 45 states that report this statistic. During the same year, 2,000...
2 million.
2 million, okay, yeah, I'm sorry. 2 million marriages occurred with the U.S. marriage rate. Okay.
Yeah, but just because there's more than that, there's 2 million. It doesn't mean, see, anybody can walk in a court and get married.
All I'm saying is
they're
this.
trying to say that it's high. That's how they don't succeed. People can, how you say, just run amok and go get married. Hey, let's go get married tomorrow. Doesn't mean it's going to last or it's going to be good for them.
I think it's woman-minded to just be with a woman that you know hasn't proven anything to you. You just gave in to her demands. And that's what happens in most relationships. It's a man who gave in to the game of a hoe, to the demands of a woman. Most marriages, a dude who was like, all right, fuck it. Because your common sense tell you this woman doesn't honor or respect me. But you give in to what she talking about. This is why most men got a backup plan.
Now, let's talk about that a little bit. I see what you said, Najee. He said the bottom line is it's his opinion. If you get fired 5 times, it's up to you to determine if work is for you or if you just need to find the right job. I like that analogy because sometimes it's not really about giving up on, being out there as a whole or trying to find a relationship as a whole. At that point, you got to start realizing what is it that you are really looking for? What is it that complements who you are as a person, and also what is something that's there for you genuinely? How do you determine that? A lot of people have been through so many different instances in life where they feel like they can't trust nobody, and they feel like nobody's genuine or everybody has some type of underlying, ulterior motive with how they move with you and how they do things with you because of how you've been treated in the past. And the thing about that is, really, you still taking a chance. You know what I'm saying? You're taking a chance at that time. You're taking a chance for the moment to be like, all right, this is something that works for me. And that shit's scary for a lot of people. It's terrifying to try to get yourself back out there, especially if it's been so many times. I'm talking about repeat offenses, even at the points where you felt like something was finna work out and you felt like, all right, I found the right one, and you putting a ring on the finger, and now all of a sudden things change later on down the road that you didn't expect would change, or things that you didn't think would happen. But it's all taking a chance. You got to take a chance with it. Now, I don't know how many of y'all that are listening right now that are in a relationship, If you guys would like to participate in that real quick, put a 1 in the chat if you are in a relationship, put a 2 in the chat if you are not. Also, if you let me know in the chat that you are in a relationship, please describe what your relationship is like and how you feel like you are with the right one. Also, if you are in a relationship and you feel like you aren't with the right one, why are you still there? Yeah, we finna have that discussion. My man said 1.5. Lakers said 1.5 is crazy. Slide Jones said Corey might be 75% correct, but I wouldn't trust him if he paid me. He's funny, he's successful, but he can't seem to separate the real from his jokes. Well, I mean, I will throw him a bone and say, you know, when you deal with a lot of things in life and then your job is to try to entertain people, it's going to be very difficult to do that. And I think he still does a good job of that, regardless of if he puts his foot in his mouth or not, you know. Still at least said women actually come into a marriage with a lot of emotions, and at the drop of a hat, their emotions can dictate them wanting to leave a man and take half of his life. Holy. Heroic Dose says one married ain't easy, but it's worth it. Okay. T-Fam1 said 2 and happy. So what makes you happy about you not being in a relationship and being with somebody that you may want to spend your time with or may want to spend your life with? King Lukey said right now, to be honest, it's very, very complicated. Okay, if you want to explain, if anybody wants to expound in the chat, you can. We will talk about that. He said 0.7. Bills are just easier with 2. That too, man. Things are getting higher out here, man. You know, cost of living is skyrocketing and the wages are staying the same, man. So a lot of people out here got to go and get 2 jobs. Different people got to go out here and find side hustles and things like that. So trust me, I understand. I can see why Corey says it's easier to just pay for your physical needs and keep it pushing. Yeah. And you know what? This is the crazy part about that is as you get older, things like that don't sound too crazy. Like it sounds crazy to you when you're younger because you probably out here smashing everything, and you know it ain't no problem for you to get no girls. But then at the end of the day, you start thinking to yourself, it's not even about that. You can be a guy that's out here that's really great at getting girls. But what if you're the type of guy that's great at getting girls, but you don't like to deal with the relationship aspect of it? You don't like to deal with the extra shit that comes with it. You don't want to have somebody try to keep track of everything that you're doing, try to keep tabs on you, try to dictate how you move and dictate how you do certain things in life. And maybe you just want to have company of somebody that'll help you skeet every once in a while. That's another form of it. So I understand that. I understand where people come from with that. You know what I'm saying? Let's see. Silks Yeet said, I will never be another groom until I assume the bitch ain't giving up her womb to him and whom. This nigga just spit some bars. You just spit some bars, dog. Bars for real. Zen Master say, you just described me. Yeah, I mean, and that's the thing. If there's anybody that could tell you, Zen Master could tell you. You know what I'm saying? Like, niggas ain't got time for that. You know what I'm saying? Motherfuckers want to be able to do what they want to do, live their lives, and not have to be so worried about trying to accommodate somebody else. I trust me. I understand you guys. I understand where you come from. When you 500 miles from home 4 days a week and got bust downs in my circuit, I just wouldn't have married. Dang. And then, it's the circumstances too, man. Not everybody. See, one thing we have to stop doing as a whole is taking certain people's experiences and trying to live through them as well. Like my man Slide Jones here. He's telling you his situation. Not everybody got a situation like that, but this would sound appealing to a lot of people. And they'd be like, man, I want to get into something like that. I want to start doing shit like that, but you probably ain't got the environment for it. You might not got the skills for it, and you might not be able to afford it. It sounds nice until you start doing it. Then you realize the maintenance behind it. Shout out to my niggas out here working these good jobs too, by the way, man. I hope y'all get all the money that y'all can get. If you out here working or you got a side hustle, whatever it is that you're doing, I hope that all y'all profits are maximizing right now. I hope that all of y'all continue to achieve everything you wanted to achieve in life. I know everything, the cost of everything is rising, but I hope y'all pockets get more fatter as the years go by, as the months go by, as the weeks go by, days, hours, minutes, seconds. Trying to put that good energy out there in the world to everybody that's listening right now, because I think that a lot of us are reaching a point for the most part, knowing that we got to do double the work now with everything that's happening. You want somebody to get in office right now to try to change these things and make it easier for everybody, because I think that's what America deserves. You want to call us the United States of America when we so divided. You want to go out here and politic with people and try to tell people what you're going to do for them. The main thing that everybody in America can agree on when we talk about politics, or when we talk about policies, or we talk about different things that we want to happen in here, one thing that every single American in this country can agree on is more money. More money. Don't matter where it's coming from. More money. Imagine if Republicans, Democrats, non-denominations, everybody, every single one of us got together, was like, all right, yeah, so we do want this person in office. And then the other side said, yeah, we want that other person in office. But what we want to do is we're going to withhold our vote unless we are promised by the collective to bring more money in. Cut a check. I don't care where it's coming from. Cut a check for everybody. Now I get it. Oh, inflation and this and that. But niggas don't really care about that. They do. But at the end of the day, we want more money, because I saw how everybody acted when them stimmies came out. They didn't care about no inflation then. They said, nigga, we in a drought. We need that stimmy. With all these funds being allocated across the seas, you can't tell me that there's nothing that could happen for us here in America, us as citizens, us as people that are working class citizens. Got 9-to-5 jobs. Now, I know I went on a little bit of a tangent, but we're going to get back to this conversation right here.
In my opinion, because if you think women ain't got a backup plan, you're wrong. You are wrong.
Nigga said that like a Wakandan.
Nobody thinks their girl fucking around. That's the funniest shit in the world. And if she ain't fucking around, she is going to remind you, I ain't fuck with nobody but you. That's her way of saying I wanted to, but I didn't.
This man going through some things. Corey has seen a lot. That's all. I mean, if there's one thing I'm convinced about, is that this man has been through a lot, and there's just nothing that you can do to help his visualization on the world. And I mean, really, it's his experience, man. It's what he went through. Now, also, he wanted to make it very clear that he did not care about the backlash that was coming his way after the Cam Newton interview. So as y'all know, Corey has been going viral for the past couple weeks for his interview with Cam Newton. Him and Cam Newton had a very great conversation. There was a lot of things that Corey said that he's been saying on his own platform, but when you reach other platforms or bigger platforms or just platforms that can reach another audience, people start to follow along with the things that you're saying. Now, because Cam Newton's platform is more of a mainstream platform, you started getting, and that's another thing. One thing I noticed through this whole thing is the demographics. Like, the people that watch 5150, where 5150 has hundreds of thousands of views every week, it tends to be a lot of people who understand where he's coming from, because not only has it been people that have watched for years, but then there's people that do have the same ideas or do feel like, you know, the same way that he feels about certain topics. Just like you have people that believe what the things that Charleston White says, or the things that, whoever else is out here saying certain things that may be kind of shock value. But whatever it is, it's what it is. with this whole situation at hand, you saw when things are more mainstream, you get more fake outraged individuals who come out and say certain things because they want to try to make somebody look like the evil guy or try to make him look like the monster instead of hearing what he's saying, or try to take it from a standpoint where maybe he just has gone through this in his own life experiences. See, it's crazy because there's certain people that will hear what he's saying, especially certain women who heard what he said and took offense by it. But when they talk about their experiences in life and what they went through and how they had to overcome certain things, or how they had to keep dealing with ain't shit niggas or dudes who did this, and that's why they form the opinion that they do about most men, they hate to hear somebody's opinion when they talk about how they feel about most women. Now, you don't have to agree with Corey. I don't agree with everything Corey says. Y'all know that. But you also have to take some of the things that are being said as this is somebody's experience. You can't discredit that. You get what I'm saying? Now, let's hear what he said in response to that camera.
Well, here's the
Mad
thing.
disrespect.
D, I've had women do disrespectful things to me. But this is why I just can't understand the insanity of someone who will talk disrespectful to you. Because I done told bitches, you a fool fucking with me after talking to me like that.
Oh, yeah.
I done told them,
And
you a fool to fuck with me after talking to me like that. I have said this.
And is that like that? Is that like?
And later on, when I do what I do, they say, why would you even do that? I told you. Whenever you cross the line, that's one of my sayings. You a fool to fuck with me after playing me like that. But I know you're going to fuck with me.
Oh, so you guys,
'Cause you need me.
I think that's what I needed to say. That's my question.
Yeah.
Basically, that is the question.
How
Like,
you
when
gonna
you have
be-
people disrespect you like that, you can actually still keep them around for that? That's wild.
Well, here's
to
the
me.
thing.
D looks ridiculous. I heard what he said on that part. Also, I stopped it just so I can expound on this, because I know when people hear the word side hustle, they immediately go to doing something illegal. You don't necessarily have to do anything illegal to have a side hustle. You can have your own business. You can create apparel. You can have T-shirts. You can make cakes. You can do anything. You have a side hustle, whatever it is you're talented with. You can be a rapper. You can be a singer, producer, whatever. That is a side hustle until it becomes your main source of income. So when I say side hustle, that's what I mean. I do not promote illegal activities. I do not judge, but I also do not encourage people to do anything illegal for money. Now, I know that some people do resort to that to make ends meet. It's okay. All right. I don't judge you. I understand. But I also hope that one day you can get out of that situation to where you can have a main source of income that brings you enough money to sustain yourself and take care of your family. That's exactly what I mean. Let's keep going.
I mean,
Women don't respect.
That's so
Wait. Let
wild.
me make sure I say this. There's a lot of women that don't respect nothing, but the only reason they boss at their job gets respect because he gives them money.
real
But does that
shit.
make it okay? That's dangerous.
I did that
That's-
interview that everybody watching, and motherfuckers said, "Oh, you taking advantage of women who poor." No, a hoe.
Somebody said that. That's funny as heck. Who said that?
If you a hoe, you gonna hustle that monkey one way or another.
One way or another,
I'm
I'm
gonna
gonna
find
find
you.
you.
I'm
I'm
gonna
gonna get you. Yeah.
I like the girls who be saying, "Oh,
What's good,
yeah,
Binky?
I don't live like that." That fire me up.
Yeah.
Soon as I get through looking, get through fucking, I got that look like, aha. You said you was better than this.
Now, later on in this, him and D started to get into it about a couple of things like they normally do. You know, they argue like an old couple, even though I don't believe that they smashed at some point. I really don't. I really don't think they did. I think if they did, it'll be a lot more signs of that. I think they just argue because they've been so, friends for so long. And I know people like that, men and women that have been friends for a long time, they get old and they just been best friends for so long, and they just be arguing and bickering and, you know, always the same type of stuff. It's like a big brother, little sister type. Well, I don't know. Is D older than Corey? Is D older than Corey? Somebody help me out. I know her hands are, but in age, is she older than Corey? I need to know, because I need to know the dynamic, because if he's like little brother, then it also makes a lot of sense if he's doing like because little brother's annoying and shit. But here's them getting into it. I want y'all to hear what they had to argue about.
Somebody said Corey be falling in love.
I am HTP.
Do I fall in love easily? I didn't have girls that it really hurt when they left. What? The fuck could I do?
Right.
They gone. The bitch gone. Bitch moved out the state to a better life where it's cheaper to live. That's what happened to me a lot of times.
Yeah.
And I see him on their Facebook with their new farmer dude. I be like, God damn, that lucky country motherfucker. I be wanting to get on his Facebook and just say, I taught her that. That's all I'm saying.
Ew, those kind of, see, now, I know you're playing, but I'm just saying men like
Am I
that too.
playing?
I hope so, because that's an awful trait, that awful character trait for a guy to do.
Let's pay attention to that part for 1 second, because I know there's a few people who like to come to this channel and be like, man, GMS, he be taking stuff seriously, and Corey, he be joking, and Corey be this and that, and he be saying it for entertainment, and then somebody call him on it that's right next to him, and then that real part of him comes out, so to speak. Apparently, opinion. This is my opinion, all right? I may be wrong. But when somebody says, I know you're joking, because D's not a comedian. D's there to give her opinion on certain things. She's not there for satire. She's not there to tell jokes. So when she turns and says, I know you're joking, but, and he says, am I joking? Pay attention to that.
Ew, those kind of, see, now, I know you're playing, but I'm just saying men like
Am I
that too.
playing?
I hope so, because that's an awful trait, that awful character trait for a guy to do, anybody to do that. Like
You said
to say stuff speak on yourself, like, you know, your sex or how you get down or anything.
What if you really taught a girl something?
So what? What at your age out there talking about you guys' sexual innuendos? Why would somebody do that? That's a turnoff. It's
Well,
like,
I didn't say
you're
sex.
Not serious.
I said I taught her that, but you
know
thought
what?
of sex.
Oh, please. Now
Because
he's gonna
that's where
try
your
to-
head is. But
now
you
he's
want to
gonna-
act like
now
it's
he's
me.
gonna try and turn it around. Oh, Corey.
I'm not
bless your
turning
heart.
nothing around. You brought up sex.
Oh, stop.
I said I be wanting to tell
Corey
him
knows.
I taught her that, and you was like, "Oh, you're
Now
in
he's
your
gonna
sex," and
Put in 1 in the chat if you if you think Corey capping. Put in 2 if you think he was being for real in this instance. I honestly do think that his insinuation was sex. What other insinuation would it be? See, this is another reason why people can't call Corey out or disagree with him on his show, because he feels attacked, even though she's saying something that's for real. Like, why would you comment on that? Like, why wouldn't you, being somebody that has the type of access you have to women, why are you even concerned about this girl over in bumfuck nowhere over in the South messing with country buck Chuck? Why would it spark emotion in you when you're talking about a man who talks about how women lead with emotion, how women are so emotional and they're doing this? That is what you would call a move in that instance, where you find it in yourself to be so emotional about somebody you used to mess with however long ago with somebody else, and you want to type in they shit, oh, I taught her that. Come on, man. That shit is wild, but look, they gonna get into it.
because that's where your head is, D.
Okay.
He's trying to escape accountability of what he meant.
Just like when you was talking about
Okay.
you might have a Vienna sausage and not a thing. This is where your head is.
Okay, and what's wrong with that?
That's what I'm saying. Like, I just don't think you peeped and people peep you.
What is wrong with that though? Like, people have said, I don't care. I don't care.
I didn't say about wrong. I'm just letting you know
And you
that
don't think I know that already?
your game is
It's not
coming
a
out.
game. It's not my game. What are you talking about? I'm a certain particular woman of a particular age. I can do that.
You can do what?
I can speak on being sexual and things like that.
I agree. You can
Okay.
speak
He
on it,
looks
but you act like
terrifying.
I said something sexual because I
Okay.
said I taught her that.
What else did you mean?
I
My
taught
bad.
a bitch how to take the oil filter out her car. I could have been talking about
Surprised
that.
you knew how to do that. Oh, but go ahead.
Well, see, you still insulted me.
Oh,
It don't stop.
oh.
But it seems like I'm the bad guy. This is the misconception about Corey. Corey is really
But
a
who
puppy
even said that
dog.
was bad?
Oh
See,
my
he keeps
God.
throwing in the word bad. That means
He
something. I
always
feel
become
bad.
a
No,
victim.
you said, like you just said, I'm shocked you know how to put an oil filter in.
What's wrong with that? That's a lot right now. Right now,
No,
there's
you-
a lot of guys
you-
that don't know how to do this stuff like that. Don't even know how to change a tire. I'm
Okay.
just saying.
We ain't talking about tires and shit like
Oh,
that.
so you don't? It's okay. I'll show you tomorrow. I'll show you.
What that say? What that say on the damn?
Look, man, they be getting into it over some old nigga shit. But other than that, she had a point. What do y'all think? Let me know in the chat. What do y'all think about that? Do y'all think that it's an emotional move? Do you think that's immature for Corey to want to go into his ex's man's comment section to poke fun or to antagonize him because the man is with a woman he used to be with? There was nothing that the man did to Corey. He didn't antagonize Corey. He didn't try to message Corey and send him a picture of him getting topped off by his ex. Like, you see this? She used to be your bitch. Mm-hmm. He didn't do none of that. So what do y'all think about that, man? I want to know before we move on to the next topic. I see some ones in the chat, man. Y'all think Corey was capping? God damn it said, how you hurt because a women you deemed unworthy found that what they was actually looking for. Yeah, that's a weird thing to say. That's a possessive trait to have, where you feel like you still possess a woman or you still feel like you can spin the block. I'm here to tell y'all, man, that's a misconception because it's circumstantial. Like, if you was with a girl and y'all was just messing around, you know what I'm saying? You was smashing, she was loving it, but you wasn't really into it for the relationship and she was looking for a relationship. But then she finally found a dude that had the relationship aspects of him. But she knew, you know, y'all didn't end on bad terms. It was just her saying, hey, I know you don't want a relationship right now, and I want a relationship, and I'm trying to find my husband. And the dude's like, well, I'm not trying to be a husband. And y'all kind of, you know, split ways. I'm telling you right now, any dude that comes into this woman's vicinity, they might have to be a little bit concerned about her spinning the block. Because if the sex is that good, I'm telling you, she's going to want to go back to it, especially if the guy that she's dating has all the traits she's looking for out of a husband and somebody that will be there for her and do all that type of shit. But the sex game is like, she's going to be fiending for the other D. I'm telling you. But if you do a woman dirty, if you do her so wrong that she can't even look at you the same, I'm telling you, nigga, you can't be the dude that's walking around talking about, man, I can hit that when I want. It's over. And you gonna only be watching the dude she with now having fun. While you sitting over there got to think about some of the messed up shit that you did to her in the past and why you can't go and you can't spin the block and hit that ass no more. Now you find yourself going from being the confident nigga that thought you could spin the block to the nigga over there looking at her Instagram because you sad because she gone with your punk ass. Exactly. Dick whipped. Dick whipped. Some dick whipped women out here. Yep, and D that's another thing. When D finds the opening, she gonna throw that shot. D gonna throw that shot whenever she find the opening because she knows that at the end of the day, no matter what, Corey needs her. And I know some people hear that shit and be like, man, Corey don't need Darlene. What's she gonna do? She ain't celebrity. She ain't entertaining. That nigga need to sell merch. And that nigga need to keep certain things going that he don't necessarily want to do his own self. And D is the one to do it. When I found out that D was popping up to some of his shows to do merch tables, I'm like, yeah, he need her. Because I don't know about anybody else that'll do that shit consistently. He might find a couple people that do it every once in a while. But consistently, D is probably one of the most loyal individuals. You know what? Corey just needs to go ahead and marry Darlene. Corey needs to go ahead and marry Darlene. At this point, he knows her. He knows how she is. He knows that she eats bugs. He knows that she can't keep up with no topics, or she can hardly get her words out when it comes to these things that she writes down on a piece of paper. But she's loyal and she knows what she's doing business-wise. She's helping that man grow a profit off of his merch. It's loyal. It's a beautiful thing. She'll cut off all her side dudes for Corey. I'm telling you that right now. He just need to go ahead and make the right move. Corey, if you end up seeing this, or if any of your minions end up seeing this and reports it to you, please let them know that we said that you need to go ahead and marry Darlene. If there's anybody that you can't be skeptical of somebody in your life, it's going to be her. Straight up. And y'all think I'm kidding. I'm not kidding at all. I'm not even joking around. As many times you've heard him talk about relationships in the past and different women like that. And then he'll try to, and that's another thing. D will have, and this is one thing why I've always been like, you know, he tries his hardest to try to, you know, put D in the same category as a lot of the women he messed with. But the thing is, the only reason, this is why I know he hasn't hit D yet. This is how I know he ain't hit D yet. Because if he did, he wouldn't lump her in the same category, because all the women that he has been talking about have since been gone. It's only been new chicks he's been bringing in. He's only got new. This is just from what I've been hearing of him talking about his experience with women. I'm not just assuming this. We're hearing how he handles women and what he does with women. So I'm going based off that. And the only woman that we have seen last this long in Corey's life has been Darlene OG Ortiz. You can say what you want, man. But that simple fact right there, I think that should go ahead and happen, man. Even if they don't even like each other, I know that they love each other. They may be annoyed. As a matter of fact, they got to get married and live in two separate houses. That's a fact. They cannot live together. And D knows too. She knows what she got going. She'll always talk about how she ain't with that and she ain't like that and how Corey be moving and ain't this and that. But at the end of the day, that nigga got down on one knee. And he said, you know what, Darlene? I'm tired of the bullshit. You been here with me since day one. I love you. Will you marry me? She gonna say yeah. Cause who else gonna marry Darlene, goddammit? Who else gonna marry Darlene? Y'all tell me. It's gotta be Corey, man. It's gotta be Corey. You damn right. D is a rider. D is definitely a rider. Now, we got to move on to these next topics, man, so we can go ahead and move along, man. Listen, I don't know if y'all seen this, bro, but this right here irked my soul, especially me being a father of a young girl. I was very disappointed in DJ Envy. I don't know if y'all saw it. I don't know if y'all seen what's been going on, but DJ Envy decided that it was a good idea on Halloween to remake the video of the Lil Kim video and Biggie video. What was the song? Somebody help me with the song, man. Damn, man, what was the song, man? Help me with the name. I know somebody in the chat know it. But he had the remake of that video, but he decided that it would be a good idea to dress his young daughter, yes, crush on you, who, I don't know, is maybe like 4, 5, maybe 6. I don't know. But incredibly young. Had her dress up in a swimsuit that looked like a hoochie mama outfit with a mink on, makeup, all that, heels. Could have passed for stripper heels for sure. And decided to take a video of her performing Crush on You. And I mean, didn't even take the curse words out of it. Jesus Christ. I mean, I'm definitely not going to show the video on here because I think that it literally is borderline CP. If y'all know what I mean. Y'all can put 2 and 2 together in a little bad weather. It is most definitely CP. Or it tips the line of it. I'm telling you right now, that is prime PDF file fat material, and I am disgusted. And I would think that DJ Envy was smart enough to know that you can't do something like that, and because you think it's harmless, that anybody else would think that is harmless, or that anybody else is gonna have the respect. Oh no, I'm not showing it. I'm not showing it. Yeah, that's one thing I'm not finna do. That is absolutely one thing I'm not finna do. And then kept it up after all the backlash came. Kept it up. Because Envy is also light-skinned. And he doesn't think some of the things he does is wrong. He will stand on being wrong. Just like the other day when he was trying to say that Drake was trolling when it came to DeMar DeRozan. He was trolling. No, he wasn't trolling. That nigga's hurt. Stupid. Now, it's crazy because he FaceTimed Lil Kim to show her what his daughter was dressed as. Now, I just want to say that I don't expect Lil Kim to look at that weird, because she's encouraged a long drove of individuals to follow along in her footsteps, which is, I mean, you do what you do. I mean, it's not like she went out there and purposely targeted kids. We can't put that on Lil Kim. Lil Kim was being her grown adult self, which is also something I heard the other day that I fully agree with. People got to stop expecting artists to raise their kids or to be more responsible for other people's kids. You got to be responsible for your own kids. So when people go out here and talk about, man, Sexy Red this or Ice Spice that, y'all the ones that's allowing y'all kids to watch it. So don't sit up here and try to blame the artist or picket sign the artist or try to go and trash them or sabotage them in their careers. Look at yourself as a parent. You know, I'm going to switch gears a little bit because I don't want to stay on this topic because it's just disgusting. But in the topic of parenting, you know, there was an instance where a kid unalived himself because he was in a relationship with a Chat GPT version of Daenerys, whatever her name was. I don't know, Game of Thrones, whatever her name was. Daenerys, Queen Daenerys. The parents are suing the company, and part of the reason of them suing the company is that they feel like the company targeted kids. Well, you have to be a better parent. I'm sorry. What else do you want me to say? Monitor the things that your kids are doing. If you know that things like this can happen, don't try to feel like you're the parent that thinks that this can't happen to you. That's a misconception that a lot of parents have because they feel like they know their kids. And although you may know your kids, you never know what'll happen. You think any of these other parents that, you know, some tragedy struck them and their children that they felt like that or they knew that was going to happen? A lot of the times they don't know that. A lot of the times they are oblivious to it. But then you got to ask yourself, how involved are they in their kid's life? You know what I'm saying? I would never in my life feel like what I have done as a parent will result in my child having a online relationship with a Chat GPT bot. You just got to be more involved, man, and see what it is that your kids are doing, man. Even when they become teenagers, you know, they're not adults yet. You still got to monitor certain things. Let them have their freedom. You know what I'm saying? Because they're getting older and they're, you know, becoming more of themselves and developing their own personality. But as long as you give a damn, be involved, man. And also be there for your kids in a way where you're not just being a dictator. Talk to them. Find out what they are going through, because no matter how much of you they act like, they're still an individual and they still go through things and they still have to deal with certain things, and they still have to process certain things in certain ways, and they're learning that as they get older. And one thing that can help them is you talking to them and actually trying to understand them and actually give them the advice that is necessary, or just hear them out, hear why they feel that way, understand them, or try to understand them as an individual and not just a mini version of yourself. Because that's also what's gonna deter the relationship, when you feel like, I don't know why they acting like that because I never did that. Yeah, you're not them. Be better in that aspect. You know what I'm saying? He said, Strolling Stoner said, why are we trashing Envy? If I showed you, you would want Envy arrested. You would want Envy arrested. If this happened back in the Stone Age, they would have put this nigga on a spike. Also, Young Thug is released from prison, or released from custody after a long battle in court. He is now he got sentenced to what they said 40 years with time served, and he has to spend the rest on probation. He has 15 years probation. Yes, for his situation, that is a win, but that sounds like hell to be on probation for 15 years. I don't know what that looks like. I don't know what that's gonna consist of, but I would be I still wouldn't feel free. I still wouldn't feel free. Probation for 15 years. But he has his freedom. And I guess that's all that matters. But also I'm kind of conflicted because I do not support any of the fuckery that goes down in certain aspects. Like, if you were somebody that contribute to harming other people that look like you, I don't care what happens to you in that sense, whether you go to prison or whether you don't. It's just more so I'm not going to be advocating for the freedom of somebody who contributed in that when they didn't have to do it, or if they just chose to do it because they wanted to keep up with whatever type of stigma that they hold, or whatever type of image that they want to uphold in a music industry. It sounds stupid to me, personally. Just like with the Lil Durk situation, I saw people saying, all right, Young Thug's lawyer is going to race to get Lil Durk out. But like, if he was actually responsible for getting another young black man killed, maybe they need to keep that nigga. I don't know. That's just me. I don't wish jail. I don't wish prison. I don't wish even a police interaction on my fellow black man. But if you are doing things that are tearing down the people that look like you, and then next thing you know, you start putting on robes trying to become a Muslim, and then start making songs talking about all my life, and they trying to paint me as a menace, but you was out here doing menacing shit. I'm sorry, brother. I hope you find your way. But ultimately, I care too much about that aspect of life to champion certain people. We need to change that. We need to change shit. We need to change how people move out here. We need to change the content of a lot of the things that we do. There needs to be more balance, in my opinion. We need it all. To be honest, we need it all. That style of music, drill music, all that, we need it all. I stand by that statement. Two things can be true. You can rap about certain things, but having it be oversaturated in the culture, oversaturated in music, oversaturated in the awards, oversaturated when it comes to the radio, that's a problem. Because we also have to understand how people view us, and how people continue to lump us all together and make it seem like we are for all of the fuckery that comes with certain aspects of the culture. We get lumped in a lot. So I would rather much be somebody that's part of wanting a change than somebody who is complacent with how things are going. These niggas is getting locked up or getting in trouble for certain shit because they can't help themselves. Niggas be on the records talking about actual crimes that happen, and then be looking stupid like the Mr. Krabs meme when the police show up at their door and shit. Like, what's wrong with y'all? I just seen the video These cops in a break room eating oodles and noodles, watching niggas videos on YouTube, just collecting evidence. That shit is horrible to me, man. I don't like that. I don't like that it's that easy. I don't like that it's that easy for them. They ain't even got to go do paperwork. They ain't got to go do a real investigation. Y'all niggas have made it easy for them to go and find you and find out everything they need to know about certain things that happen. They could be at a dead end. Oh, we don't know how this happened. We don't know who shot who. We don't know how this person did that. And then the nigga will pop up with a song. Name the song, the street that it happened on. They got the make and the color of the car rapping about this shit. Like, niggas is, what's wrong with y'all, bro? And all to prove something to people that you don't need to prove it to, so that a nigga like Trap Lord Ross can be somewhere in London making documentaries about street life that he ain't never come from and making millions off that shit while y'all niggas continue to die. I don't like that shit. I don't like that for us. I don't like that for my people. I don't like that these white boys are getting rich off of telling y'all stories, when y'all have been starting to get rich telling y'all stories and then go and fall in line with some of the same bullshit that you trying to run away from. One of the smartest niggas in life has been Chief Keef. Niggas tried to derail him. Niggas tried to make him go back to his old self. He understood, hey, I have an opportunity. I may fuck up every once in a while, but for the most part, I'm staying away from these niggas. And I'm going to keep doing what I got to do to take care of myself and my family. That's a smart individual. You can try to call his music dumb. You can try to say the style of music is whatever you want to call it. But at the end of the day, when niggas move like that, I give all the respect in the world to that man. I ain't even got to listen to Chief Keef. Oh, you doing what you doing what you love to do? Oh, you making millions off that? Oh, you taking care of your kids? You taking care of your mom? You taking care of your family? My nigga, get your money. Nigga say bing bow 100 times in the song. I don't give a damn. If it's helping change the trajectory of your life, black man, get it. I love it. I love it all. I hope that makes some sense to y'all in the chat, man. I see what y'all saying, man, and I appreciate y'all, man, for the most part. I really do appreciate y'all. And just to, you know, give you a reference point of what I mean. Young Thug spent all this time in a courtroom fighting for his life just to immediately go to the internet on Twitter and say, real plea deal, Jack. Wham, let's drop one of these rats, Peter. Come on, fam. Like, it wasn't even a whole 24 hours while this man was out of almost losing his entire life in prison for this nigga to get on the internet to try to impress the masses. Stop this shit, fam. This shit is not cool, bro. It looks crazy to me. And y'all be hyping this. It's like, I'm not y'all in the chat. I'm just saying in general, like, a lot of people be hyping that shit. Niggas like academics go online and post it. Look what he said. Wham, whatever Wham says goes. Come on, man. Come on, fam. And you got your kids almost lost you. Your kids almost lost you to the system. You was about to spend a good chunk of time behind bars. Your family was going to be destitute, in shambles, befuddled, discombobulated, my nigga. And the first thing you think about is trying to impress everybody else on the outside that wouldn't have did shit for you but sent you a letter saying, Young Thug, my slime, I miss you outside. Man, stop it. There's a lot more important things to be focused on, man. A lot. You know what? We're going to talk about that on 3Gs. I'm going to give that a rest. I'm going to give that other one a rest. It was a picture that I brought up, but I'm not going to speak on that picture. We're going to bring it up on 3Gs tomorrow night. So just make sure y'all tune into that. Ray J almost got the beats by Diddy's kids. I think that was a hilarious story. I want to play that before we. I wanted to go to the like section. You know, I like doing the like section and looking at my likes so y'all can see what all the funny things that I've acquired over time. But I don't know if we can get to that. I gotta maneuver around here. You know what I'm saying? Let me see. You know what? I'm gonna look through my like section as we listen to this video here. So like I said, Ray J almost caught the beats by all 3 of Diddy's sons for talking crazy. I'm gonna play this clip right now so y'all can hear it. He got on the phone with Wack 100. He tried to act like he didn't know he was live, and Wack was literally live on a platform while they were talking. But just
stop hanging with Young Buck, and now I'm gonna get his squad back with him.
Ray J. No. Listen now. Everybody been calling me, and you know until you call me, I feel like it's no big deal. All right? So I'm talking to the exposer homies. They talking about the Combs is trying to rush you. And I'm like, what are you talking about? They tried to rush you in Miami?
Nigga, in LA, nigga.
Where?
Bro, you know I'm not gonna call y'all because this could go somewhere else. And I'm like, you know, at the club, dog.
But you didn't have Donut then with you?
I ain't have nobody with me, dog.
So how many of them was it? 2, 3? What?
I don't know, like 8.
Oh, so it was them at 8 and they tried to rush you for real.
Yeah, but don't put this up, blood.
Nah, it's going out.
don't put this.
It's just going out, dog. Like,
Hey,
fuck them niggas now. So my question to you is, can I put the other stuff out that we've been knowing about?
Nah, they too young. Like, it ain't like that. Like, I moved away from it. Like,
huh?
I tried to talk some sense into like what happened, but I just, you know what I'm saying, luckily the homie Chris is there.
What? Wait, what Chris?
Chris Brown, bro. But
Chris
Wack,
Breezy.
Don't put this shit up online, bro.
Nah, it's this.
Think about how wild this story sounds. Ray J almost gets jumped by Diddy's sons, but was saved by Chris Brown. That is the wildest headline I've
It's on fuck them niggas.
Nah, but still don't.
It's going up. It's already online. It's online that the niggas tried to rush you and you ain't told me shit. Fuck you, it's everywhere, nigga. It's everywhere that the niggas tried to rush you. They didn't say they put their hands on you. I just said the little homie gonna squabble up. I thought it was just one. Now you telling me them and 8 niggas. So it's on.
It don't need to be like that.
Nah, that's what it's gonna be. That's what it's gonna be. All right, so I'm gonna call you when I get back tomorrow. I'm gonna pull up on you. All right. They tried to get the little homie.
Yeah, but Wack, they hot as fire grease right now. Leave them niggas alone.
Man, I don't give a fuck how hot they is.
They hot. They hot.
Nigga, if we run into
they
you,
hot.
nigga, if we run into you, act like it's 1995.
Yeah. They hot though.
Now you go try
Why
to
is Wack
rush a
trying to
nigga
crash
8
out
deep.
for Ray J?
That's crazy.
I mean, Russian nigga AD, he shouldn't have got up out of there.
No, that's a
Yeah,
fact.
homie. He should have been knocked
Yeah.
out.
Yo, Luke, that's crazy. That's crazy. And Ray J over there being sympathetic. You know what I'm saying? He want to leave it alone because he knows. So they say Chris Brown stopped. Well, Chris Brown did what he's supposed to do as a Paul Rue, right?
As a Pyru, Jesus Christ, I'm turning that off. I'm turning it off. When niggas start talking about Chris Brown being a Pyru, I don't care if he is or not, but that just sounds so crazy. Like, how much do y'all think Chris Brown paid to permanently be a Pyru in LA? I know he wasn't that in his early career. I know it turned into that, but I just want to know what ballpark. All right, just make a guesstimate in the chat. How much do y'all really think Chris Brown paid to be a California blood Pyru? Somebody help me. He said, "Don't put this on blood." He says, "Nigga fell for the okie doke." It's Wack 100. If you ever call Wack 100, you should just automatically assume that this nigga is on Clubhouse or some form of live where he's recording something. He said, Justin said, "Where was Ray J's booty goons?" They was in front of him. What do you mean? Those Diddy sons. The booty goons was right there. Where you think Ray J was getting the booty goons from, man? Who you think was the #1 booty goon distributor? Diddy. Come on, man. He said, use your brain. Oh my God. He said, if you haven't heard Ray J call whacking his goons off as the peacekeeper. He said, look, Breezy a Pyru cuz for real. MJ a Crip. I seen that Crip picture of MJ, man. I don't deny that. You know, now Michael Jackson, he a real Gary nigga. I already know. You know what I'm saying? My family from Gary. We already know that nigga MJ was a real gangster behind the scenes. You know what I'm saying? Somebody tried to spread the story and say Michael Jackson beat up Tupac back in the day, but I'm like, nigga, if we didn't hear that story till 2024, I know it's cap. I know it's cap. That story didn't surface till 2024. Get the fuck out of here, man. Ain't no shit like that ever happened. We would have been known about that back in the 90s. We would have been known that. That talking about two of the biggest stars of our entire world fought each other and we didn't know about it till 2024. Come on, man. Use your brain, niggas. All right. This is the last thing I'm going to show y'all. Because I think this is hilarious. I had to find one thing in my like section for y'all to go ahead and laugh at before we get out of here now. We all seen Herschel Walker, man. Herschel Walker, he's a little discombobulated up top. So he kind of forgot who he was voting for. And while he was at a Trump rally, he was trying to say who the people should vote for. And this is how it went.
And it is time for it to stop. And it stopped on Tuesday when we get to the polls and we vote for my friend and your friend, Donald Trump Jr. Donald Trump, Donald J. Trump.
Said Donald Trump Jr. Donald Trump the Trump change. Donald Jumanji. This nigga didn't know what he was saying.
Get to the polls and we vote for my friend and your friend, Donald Trump Jr. Donald Trump, Donald J. Trump. And it is time for it to stop. And it stopped on Tuesday when we get to the polls and we vote for my friend and your friend, Donald Trump Jr. Donald Trump, Donald J. Trump.
This man couldn't say it. The reason I'm bringing this up because it only reminded me of one thing, and I'm gonna show y'all exactly what it reminded me of. It was this episode of 85 South right here, when they was talking about Herschel Walker. Listen to this, man.
Said that it hurt his heart. Herschel Walker said that it hurt his heart about the things people say about Donald Trump.
Herschel Walker played football when the helmets were soft.
His egg is scrambled. I can listen to this nigga, man. The helmets was squishy when this nigga played. Herschel Walker said that it hurt his heart about the things people say about Donald Trump.
Herschel Walker played football when the helmets were soft.
His egg is scrambled. I can listen to this nigga, man. The helmets was squishy when this nigga played.
Oh my God, man. Shout out to 85 South, man. That shit was hilarious. My man said his eggs is scrambled. Dog. Get Herschel Walker the hell up out of here, man. That nigga's a clown. Hey, I do hope. I do hope that y'all go out here and vote, man. Do what y'all gotta do, man. Do what y'all gotta do. If you don't, please remember, man. Please remember to just understand that we are headed towards a very weird and difficult time in America with how people deal with politics, man. So even if you feel like your vote or your voice don't matter, do something for yourself and for your family and with the things that you believe in, man. Find a candidate out here in your city, man. Do some find out who your local officials are, man. I was doing that this morning, and, you know, doing my research on people and finding out certain things about people. It's funny because it's stuff that I didn't even really pay attention to in the beginning that I'm starting to do now, you know what I'm saying, and just being encouraged to do it. So I'm doing it and paying it for it and encouraging y'all to go do the same, man. So go out, vote, do what you got to do. GMS fam, the green room. Make sure y'all hit that like button on the way out. Put a GMS in the chat. Also, shout out where you are from, man. I want to see where y'all tuning in from. I'm going to shout y'all out as we get up out of here, man. Let's play this other beat, man. I wish I had some other beats in this program, man. I've been using StreamYard for a minute. But good news, man. Place is locked in. Got a new spot. We're going to be streaming a lot more, putting up more content. Going to be building the studio up. Going to be making sure that we, you know, do our due diligence on this channel as we should, man. Y'all going to see a lot more of the GMS show. Y'all going to see a lot more of the music. Y'all going to see a lot more of a lot. A lot. All right? Shout out to Strolling Stoner. He said, I voted for the Green Party. I heard that, man. Shout out to Biggie Bianca, my sister. I love you. Calling in or tuning in from Orlando. Golden Hour on the 206, man. Jan Wynn out there. Peace, I say. Squad in them, man. We got Jersey in the building. We got the 704 in the building. We got VA in the building. Vallejo, California in the building. Shout out to City, man. Where you tuning in from? We got Austin, Texas in the building. Hey, my nigga say he from GMSville, all right? I hope y'all niggas got plenty of green over there. If you in GMSville, the trees is weed plants, nigga. You just walk up to a tree and pick it like a goddamn apple. Roll that motherfucker up. It's all Zaza. We got all Zaza trees all around the fields and shit in GMSville. You go right outside and smell the roses. You look like that nigga Smoke Dog from Don't Be a Minute. Just walk right outside and be like, I love the smell of good bud in the morning. Houston, Texas in the building. He said you look like Mozzie. Sheriff is in the building. Indian Trail, North Carolina. Shout out North Carolina in the building. Birmingham, Alabama's in the building. Shout out to my growers out there, man. It's legal in Minnesota, man. So if you out here in Minnesota, if you in a legal state, man, I encourage you grow your own shit just to minimize any mishaps, because they putting shit in everything. Niggas be like, well, I smoke weed, so it's safe, man. They don't put shit in here. Don't you ever think for a second that it can't happen to you just because it's some marijuana. Check your reefer, folks. The Sheriff Fest is tuning in from the UK. Shout out to my GMS fam overseas. Tuning in every week. GMS fam, the green room. It's been real. One love. Share this when you go. Oh, hey, let me see y'all in the comment section, man. When this live is over, refresh the page, come back, leave a comment in the comment section, man. Share this shit to your people. It's all love. GMS fam, the green room. Smoke something and go vote. We out.